I would say that the TBS match was a downgrade.
So the TBS match, which I expected wasn't going to be the best.
Yeah.
The women's championship match, Rosa and Britt have had better matches. Two things here. One, they were set up for a failure in that match because they had to follow the dog collar match, but the card was so stacked that there was really no place in it, as I call it, a safe spot for them to really be put in at that point. They had to follow. I mean, and not to mention, they're setting up next week for Thunder in her hometown in San Antonio to win the belt. That's essentially what they're doing. They're setting her up next week to win the belt in her hometown.
Which would make sense why they had her lose.
Exactly. And that's why they had her win. Now they're having it in a steel cage match next week, and it's going to be that case. They've had better matches, the two of them.
They have.
And the thing is, it's time
for me, that match didn't live up yet.
And the thing is that it's time for Rosa to win because Britt's been an unbelievable women's champion. She's been by far the best one. It's just she's challenged everybody on the roster that there's really nothing left for her to go up against other than obviously Jay. Like she's beaten Anna Jay, Kai Conti, Shida, Riho.
She hasn't beat Mercedes Martinez yet.
Nyla Rose. Mercedes Martinez is, I'm talking like, not that she's not good. I'm talking like upper echelon of names that are on the roster. Like she's now beating Rosa. She's beating Nyla Rose. She's beating all these names. That, you know what I'm saying? Like she could probably beat Mercedes Martinez too.
I get what you're saying.
That's the thing. Like it's time for a changing of the guard, as they say, I think, to let new matches, new rivalries, new situations unfold. Britt has been phenomenal as the women's champion. And here's the thing, you got to remember, a couple of years ago, the people were saying that Britt she couldn't wrestle. She wasn't not that she couldn't wrestle, she wasn't the best in-ring performer. Now she's just been fantastic since she has really become the champion. Her promos are great. Everything has been really good. So to me, it was a match that was set up to not succeed that night.
Yeah.
That was the thing because the card was so stacked. When Wardlow came out, I knew that was when the moment was going to happen. And what I do think is going to happen, and again, we'll get into this in the Dynamite conversation, but it was perfect. Oh, oops, I forgot the ring.
Yeah, the Dynamite ring, that was a nice touch.
Looked right at Punk. And MJF told him to leave it in the ring, like he always does. He left it in the ring, and he walked away. And to me, that is the next stage for both of those men. And there's a couple of things I'm curious about. What's next? Clearly, Paige and Cole are not done.
Nope.
Red Dragon and Young Bucks are probably going to start up a program. Wardlow and MJF are going to start something. Jericho, Kingston are going to continue to start something. Are going to continue something with their storyline with what happened on Dynamite. CM Punk is really the one name I look at, and I'm very curious as to what's next for him. He's already had his matches with Darby Allin, with MJF.
I do have some ideas that they could go with.
He had. Right, and I'm going to get to you in 1 second. He's already fought Darby Allin. He's fought MJF. He's fought Wardlow. He's fought Powerhouse Hobbs. He's fought Eddie Kingston. What does Punk do next? So before we go to break, what are your guesses do you think are next for him?
Well, someone on YouTube says House of Black. Maybe I wouldn't see that as a definite out, but I would definitely.
It wouldn't shock me because he and Malachi Black or Tommy End are very close. They're very good friends. They train together, so and their styles are very similar. So that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. And then the second thing would be to bring back the Straight Edge Society and have Serena Deeb in it.
No, he's a face. You're not bringing that back. No.
If you do heel, he will not be. That's not.
If
they ever do it, which
I'm very curious as to what is next for him.